Eric Swiss Army Knife here for the second part of maybe a 3 or 4 part series. And I just want to help you understand some of the different ways that you can connect safely and correctly to an iOS device. You have, right now I'm going to be talking about the iPhone, which is up to the iPhone 8 Plus with their plug. And you've also got the iPad 9.7 inch 6th generation that you can use. Either one of those work just really great for recording. So let's get started. So I bought a bunch of things and I returned a bunch of things. So now I'm here to show you what the mystery is and why microphones work and why they don't work on the iPhone 2. I'm going to first show you what works on the iPhone up to iPhone 8 that has the Lightning connector, and also you can use the headphone connector also. But right now I don't want to go that far back because most people are sticking with the iPhone 8 or 8 Plus for videoing, like I'm doing right now. And I'm using that because I have a lavalier mic plugged in directly into the iPhone, and as you can tell, it's got pretty darn good audio just straight out into the iPhone. Also, you can do that with the iPad, and this is a 6th generation 9.7 inch iPad, and this has the Lightning connection. What is the Lightning connection? Well, I'll show you. Anytime you see a connector like this and it has a little white on it and it's flat and it doesn't have any looking at it straight on, it just looks like this, that's your Lightning connector. Okay, this is your traditional Apple Lightning connector to 3.5 iOS connector. It's not a 3.5 regular stereo connector. Okay, this is the stereo connector, which you'll see has 3 bands on it, 2 bands on it, but three spots on it for connections. Well, the iOS, all of the iOS cables that you'll find, and this is where the rubber meets the road in why things work and they don't work. The iOS has 3 bands, okay? And those 3 bands are critical because it not only does like a headset, it does buttons and other things. So it really is a multi-function plug, but you have to get something that matches up to it or it's not going to work. So I found that through the times, it was hard to figure out what microphone was going to work and what wasn't going to work until I started matching them up and finding out, okay, this one works, this one doesn't. I'm going to show you a few items that don't work, okay? And that is, and you'll buy this on Amazon, that is a lightning bolt to, see, it's a 2-section connector, won't work. And this is the company that makes it. They also do make another one that has 3 bands on it, and it does work. The other one is this thing, which you've seen, has USB-C, has a Lightning out and USB-C headset in, or actually Lightning headset in. It's actually supposed to divide it. Doesn't work. Okay, for microphone purpose. Headphone purposes, yes. Also have we're going to go lightly into the USB-C because that's all what the newer devices have in them. And this is USB-C to 3.5. I have not tried this one yet, but I can't wait to try it because I think it's going to work well. And what that does is that plugs in the side here. And what you're really trying to do is relieve this tension that comes straight down when you're hanging something off it. And it usually breaks these things. These, you better buy 4 or 5 of them. You're going to do recordings because you will break them in the middle of your job and you'll be stuck in the water. So having one of these with the braided ends on them, which is made by this company from Amazon, it's called Moshi. Yes, this one works. And it's braided and it seems to be fairly nice. It's got some good reviews. Okay, so that's good. Also have this one, which looks like lightning to lightning, and it breaks it off into power and headset. That would be nice if it worked. But you plug it in here and it doesn't. It won't give you a microphone input. So there's 3 items that don't work. There's one item that I kind of like for just being on, you know, a quick setup, and that is plug it in, and it's called the iRig. The iRig is actually a really, really great company. And this is a simple item that you can do. They're about 30 bucks. And you get some really good stereo sound quality coming in. That's another choice. You've also got, and you'll see them online, these 3-band iOS connector to a regular standard connector, 3.5 2-band. This works pretty well. But right now I'm trying to eliminate. Every time you add a connector, you add a potential problem. So I've gotten them down to where I have minimal problems with my connectors. So now I want to show you, how do you tell whether the actual headset works without just plugging in it and trying it and doing a recording and finding, oh, gosh, frustrating. If I'm frustrated, you must kind of be frustrated, and that's why you're watching this. And I'm here to clear some of this stuff up. And there is a program called FilmPick Pro. I think it's 15, 20 bucks. Buy it, because it gives you all of the input information that you need in order to make sure that your connectors are working well. You can even shoot with this. It's a good program to shoot from. I haven't done any live streaming with it. I don't think I can, but it's actually a pretty good little tool to use for just regular shooting. So there's a company called Saramonic, and my biggest challenge was hooking a microphone up to it and trying to get some kind of system into a mixer or what have you, because I just didn't get enough output. So I've got like a 3.5 to a quarter inch into a mixer and back out, and it can get really you can over modulate and do a lot of things for just some crummy sound. So I looked at the Saramonic, and they make 2 different kinds. They make one that is the 3.5 3-band. Okay, so basically you just plug it in there and it works beautiful. The other one is, they make same thing, 3.5, has 48 volt connector, has a special camera component to it. I don't really know what that is right now, but I just put it in the other component where it's microphone, and it works just fine. You have 2 XLR inputs on both of these, both quarter inch and XLR, which is just like, wow. So now, and it runs on a 9-volt battery. So now when you want to hook it up to here, you've got your headset all ready to go. What I've done is take this, I'll strap it to the side of the unit I'm shooting from, or I'm even going to make a little mount for it so it just sits there nice and neatly with the iPad. So basically these 3 items you can shoot live stream with an iPhone, iPad, and walk around because I'm going to show you a wireless microphone by Sennheiser that's just off the chart, that works so beautiful with this. You'll love it. So anyway, the one thing you want to find out, and I'm going to try and move this up closer so you can see it, and I hope there's not too much glare, and that is with this FilmPick Pro, you have an audio component to it. Now, I'm not sure if you can see that clearly. There we go. That it says iPad mic black, okay, back. So it's actually picking up the mic that's in the back, that's your standard mic. Now when I plug this one in, it works. Why did I pick this over the one that's Thunderbolt or Lightning, the Lightning one? I'll tell you why, because I looked at the backward compatibility when you're trying to hook it up to something else, and you don't have much choices because frankly Lightning is phasing out anyway, and so you're going to see USB-C on everything, and you can go from this to a USB-C and just be fine without having to go buy another unit. So I stuck with this and so watch what happens when I plug it in right here. Okay, picture changes, and now it says headset microphone. which means that basically anything that I put into this will work live. And I'm going to pull this back. And in here, if I just take that away, take this away, you're not going to see any audio input because there's nothing coming in yet. So the second part of this is to show you just the awesome Sennheiser microphone. This comes apart, and this is your transmitter and receiver for the Sennheiser microphone. And so basically what you end up doing is plugging this into the mic. And I really love their mic, and I don't know what they actually call this particular one is, but it's got a switch on it. It's old school switch, which means that you can walk around, you can flip it on, and you can be a little bit more careful about where your audio comes in. And the other end of that mic, goes into this. And then you can turn your volume up, and you can get next to it, and you can talk, and it will give you what you need for microphone input. There's one more component I'm going to show you, and that is another Sennheiser, okay? And then a Sennheiser end piece, the other side, which is the transmitter, has a lavalier mic and another piece to it. So now you've got a hard mic and a walk-around mic. What more do you want? I mean, for such little dollars. Now, the Sennheisers aren't cheap, but you'll buy them once, and I'm telling you, you're going to be so happy with them. You want to keep them in a small range. You don't want to go, it says 100 feet. You know, I think you're probably good right around 25 to 30 feet is safe, because people will get in your way and they will cut down your signal. And also you need to do a scan to make sure that you don't have any other frequencies in there that could actually interrupt that. So I've got the lavalier mic, and you can see that I'm talking in the lavalier mic, and I've got this turned down pretty far. And if I turn it up a little bit more, I can peg this thing. So I can really get my audio. It's really sensitive. I can get my audio to where I want it to be and have it still be just comfortable. And I'm not pushing it. So if somebody's far away from the microphone, I can just boost this gain up a little bit and pick it up, because that's the biggest problem when you're going mobile or portable. So I can live stream from this with these two components. For a church, it's awesome. A church may want to end up using a camera, but this is great when they're doing events or other things, and it's so cheap. And this iPad is actually hooked to a 4G system. So it's got the 4G Verizon connector on it, the capability of it. So that's another thing. It's not just an iPad. It's an iPad with 4G. So is your phone. So your phone does the same thing. So you can live stream from Facebook on the fly. It's really a great set of components. And if you'd like to know more, just ask me. But that's it for this item. Now I bought one other item to try, which I like. And that is, for a single input, this guy. Okay? Again, it's on Amazon, and it's really fairly inexpensive. It's like 80 bucks. It's less than the Saramonic. And it comes with your iOS plug, or three-stripe plug, and an XLR out, which makes it kind of nice to go into anything that you want, and you can gender change it or do whatever you need to for a microphone. So I can actually take that and come right out of that. And remember, the Sennheiser can plug into any microphone. You don't need to. You can use a, a SM58 or anything like that. Plug it right into it, and it works fine. I find that the sensitivity on this is okay, but with the boost I've got, it makes it wonderful. So I can plug this into here. End up, it's got like a 30-foot cord on it, so I can do a direct plug, so I don't have to worry about wireless. A lot of people don't like wireless. And I can go directly into the iPad. And this is it right here. It's got a little volume control on it right here. You see that? It's got a little volume control. It's got a belt clip. So you've got enough space here so you can just stand next to it and get your audio, whatever you need, from 20 feet away. It's really another great tool to use. I think that's about it. That's all I can think of that might help. As far as USB-C, there is one more component that just came out, and that is Lightning to USB-C. So if you have a USB-C mic, you can use that. There is one other item that I did buy because Saramonic made so many good things. I tried this Saramonic mic on the iPad. Didn't like it. It just didn't work well. So I wouldn't waste your time on this unless you have a specific application. I didn't find a specific application that it worked for, so I don't really totally recommend it. Anyway, that's it. Thanks. We're out.